Hey everybody, today I just got a quick video for you, which is an addition to yesterday's video about the 1.13.1 Squid farm. So I got an alternative design suggestion, which is probably a bit cheaper and might also be simpler to build. Instead of using fence gates and signs, this design uses sugarcane instead of the fence gate and kelp, waterlogged kelp instead of waterlogged signs. So like in yesterday's version, you need the waterlogged blocks in order to prevent fish spawning. Also, this farm is built in a river biome. The design suggestion I showed yesterday requires about 14,000 fence gates that all need to be opened and several thousand signs, which in total would require about 12,000 logs. Alright, and this design here would require about 24,000 sugarcane, so it's also quite a lot of effort to place those, and you need to place about 400 kelp. This design looks a bit better in my opinion. It would have the advantage that you don't need to do any tedious fence gate crafting. But it also has a few disadvantages, so mostly that you need to place sugarcane below the actual spawning spaces, since you need the fall height in order to kill the squid fall damage. So that's why the sugarcane is placed on top of the Y33 blocks. So you basically need to place more sugarcane than you would need to place fence gates. Alright, also there's another disadvantage. The rates are slightly lower, because here we had to place some full blocks in order to place the kelp on, and in some cases it could happen that a squid would land on one of those full blocks, and then you basically just need to wait until they despawn or swim out of it again. So I did a 10-minute test. The rates this time were 19,000 squid ink per hour compared to the 21,000 I got with the fence gate design. But this mostly affects giant farms like this one here with a ton of spawning spaces. If you would build it smaller and only have a fourth of the spawning spaces, you almost wouldn't notice a difference between the two designs. Apart from that, the designs are pretty similar. So the killing floor again is at Y31. Then the full block you place your kelp block on would be a Y44. First kelp block at Y45, and the top kelp block or sugarcane block is at Y62. The items would be picked up by a hopper minecart system with unloading. I didn't build it up in this world here, but in the description you can find a tutorial for such a system. Alright, so here we have the basic layout for the whole farm. We need a checkerboard pattern with dirt, and also those sugarcanes need water in order to be able to grow. That's why we have those waterlogged stairs. Waterlogged stairs because they would also kill the squid fall damage. If you would use, for example, a waterlogged slab, bottom slab, then the squid could actually land in there and would be protected from fall damage. Stair also has the nice trait that doesn't flood the rails below. Okay, that's the perfect block for this case here. Alright, so I placed them in this configuration, one in the corner, then every fourth block. Next row can have any other block. Then we have an offset of 2, and also place one every fourth block again. Then we don't have any, and then like the first lane. This would make sure they can place sugarcane on every single block. And next we need to build this up. So we probably would get a scaffolding block and just place the sugarcane around you until you hit Y43. Then you place any other block above. If you want, you can also remove the scaffolding block, but you can also leave them if you don't mind about, I don't know, if you use netherrack or whatever. And next we would need water and the kelp blocks. Alright, just gonna build this up here. The kelp also has the nice advantage that you don't need to place every single one, you can also just let it grow. Alright, it's probably also a good idea if you just build up the sugarcane up to the top. No, actually we don't need that. You can just have some scaffolding at the top and some water going down. So now if you place a kelp, then it would grow up all the way, but only certain kelp blocks. So they have a attribute here, age 5 in this case. You can see this changes, it's random, could be from 0 to 25, and you want to place a kelp which has age 8 or below, so they're able to grow all the way. So now we got 19. If we would now increase the random tick speed, this would only grow this high. So that's why you want to have kelp that could grow all the way. Now you can also see why we have the sugarcane. Waterlogged blocks are always sources and would spread to the side, which we don't want. That's why we have the sugarcane around. Alright, just gonna build this up all the way. Then place another kelp block, which has the correct age, and then you can see it again. Obviously, this would take a while, so before you could use a farm, you need to AFK for a while until all the kelp is grown. Okay, this one has age 7, perfect. I'm gonna speed this up, and as you can see here, we have kelp all the way, and all the blocks got converted into sources. So in case you're saying, I don't want to deal with all of this sugarcane, I'm fine with placing fence gates, but I like the kelp mechanic, so I don't need to place all of those signs. I can also combine the two concepts and do something like this. This is also an option, obviously. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.